What is going on, Sentinel? Welcome to the stream. Welcome into Thursday Night Outbreak. We have kind of a crazy show with a bunch of crazy matches, and we have a little bit of a surprise in what could only be described as we should have seen this coming, with a group that have called themselves the Anti-Horsemen. Nice. We do have some things already set up to where we're going to see the TSW and the Women's Intercontinental Tag Team titles being defended. We are going to see the Women's European Championship be refought for because it ended in the countout. And we are going to see a 4-on-4 match in the main event with the Anti-Horsemen +1. Because right now, the only thing we know is there's only 3 Anti-Horsemen. So there will be a +1 in that match, and we will see the 4 Horsemen in a 4-man tag team elimination match. Time is set to 20 minutes, so it can't go past 20 minutes. I have tested it multiple times. I think we're going to be fine. Angel, welcome to the stream. Simba, welcome to the stream. How are you guys doing today? We are going to see quite a few tag teams tonight as well. We are going to see GC Rock and Digital face off against American Alpha. No titles on the line for that match, and remember, this is a show that leads up to the TSW pay-per-view event, Adrenaline, that will happen this weekend. Nice, congratulations on the EB. TJ actually dropped my very first EB on my second ever run, and then I became a part of the team, and on the third ever run, I pulled my own EB. So I got back-to-back EBs. Except I dropped mine to somebody else. What's going on, Grady? Welcome to the stream. Totally understandable. That takes precedence over everything.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Intercontinental Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers first, from New York, Fenwick.
Phoenix making her way down to the ring. Apparently, if we're going to forget things, I did not make these two a tag team, even though they've been a tag team since season 1. So we will get that fixed up.
Dudley, England, May.
Maybe making her way down to the ring. Her and Jane, like, very similar in the feel of how their entrances are. Eagle Star, welcome to the stream. So American Alpha going to play a very key role here tonight. Going up against GC Rock and Digital about midway through the card. And then in the main event, the Anti-Four Horsemen, or at least 3 of them, and a special guest. And the 4 Horsemen will face off in a 4-man tag team elimination match.
They are the Women's Intercontinental Tag Team Champions, the NWO.
Women's European titles still on the line because there was a count-out. So Rebecca will be facing off against somebody tonight for the Women's European Championship. We got to declare a winner, hopefully before this pay-per-view event coming up this weekend. So right now, the Women's Intercontinental Tag Team Championships on the line. And right there, one of the better tag team duos ever. You look at them, you look at Miss Scorpion, you look at Miss Nightmare. Those are 2 of the best to do it in the women's division. So Mimi and Phoenix are going to have their hands full tonight. Rebecca, welcome to the stream. Mimi, though, or Phoenix not being intimidated right off the bat. Getting after Kylee, and you can see that Mimi and Phoenix are going to give up a little size, not to Shyanne, but to Kylee. Now, we just had a hot fix. I've seen nobody talk about this, but there's been a couple changes. One of these changes, I guarantee you will see it tonight. I've done 2 matches and I've seen it twice. One time the ref didn't see the move, I'm going to tell you about, and one time he did. But now when pins happen close to the ropes, you will physically see the wrestler reach up and grab the ropes. Like I said, one time the wrestler reached up, grabbed the ropes, ref didn't see it, counted out 1, 2, 3. One time he did, stopped the count, gave him the rope break. So this should be interesting. Something to keep our eyes open because this is new. Oh yeah, Dave, your character is wrestling today. I feel like Dave doesn't like watching everybody else's characters wrestle, though. Dave, you actually play a huge role tonight and are in the main event. So Shyanne, not close enough, but maybe gets a 2 count, goes right back over to Phoenix, tags Phoenix in. Remember, these 2 have been a tag team since season 1. We haven't got to see them that many times, though, wrestle as a tag team. Yeah, I know, absolutely crazy. I've only done 3 matches and I've seen it twice, so I know we'll see it tonight. Just something to keep your eye on. Now, they always call the rope break, right? Now, you can go back and watch every single video I've ever done. Never has a wrestler, reached out, so you can see him reach out and grab that bottom rope. Just if their leg was underneath it, they'd call a rope break, or sometimes they'd miss it. Like the mechanic was still in the game. Just the visual of it was not. Oh, Phoenix doesn't like that at all. Jumps off the top rope, missile drop kick. Right to the top of the old scunion of Shyanne. Said, do not play up to this crowd. This is our crowd. NWO need not apply. But also by doing so, which is a good thing, she does jump out and resets that clock. Shyanne now coming to. Phoenix trying to get back on top of her. Wrong move that time. And remember, too, despite her size, Shyanne is still one of our greatest champions. But I think to this point, the actual champions, the Intercontinental title holders, who they're not the champions yet, but the ones that walked out the belt, the NWO, they have not really been in control yet this match. Shyanne turns it around, though. Big clothesline. And is this the part where they turn it around to get things going? Remember, too, Shyanne can end a match like that. Digital, what's going on? You will also be wrestling tonight in a tag team match with GC Rock. Oh, I have not seen the foot on the ropes yet. All I've seen is 2 different times a wrestler reach up and grab the ropes. One time the ref saw it, one time the ref did not. So the foot, that's interesting. And I'm shocked that nobody's really talking about it either. I know for a fact in 2019 that didn't happen. I don't know about 20 because it was too broke to tell what was going on. And it hasn't happened one time in 22 until this 1.10 update came out. Phoenix gets up, big slam, brings in Mimi. Is Mimi ready to deliver the Mia Moore? Oh, jumps out of the way of that right arm. Kylee trying to back up, but Mimi letting the hands go. Puts her into her own corner. Watching Shyanne. Shyanne did not make a tag. Whips her back over into the right corner. Might have been making a mistake doing that. Eagle Star 2, DM me and tell me the changes you want to see in Angela. Kylee picks up Mimi. I thought she was going to slam her down. But apparently that is a submission hold, but Mimi fights out of it. And a big knee, but Kylee gets out of the ring. Gets Shyanne tagged in. And almost looked like a version of the Mia Moore, but that is a neck breaker. Gets Phoenix tagged back in, and we have not seen Phoenix's finishing move yet either. But Phoenix goes for a quick tag. 1, 2. Yes, you can. Now, guys, I can't promise anything happens, but please send me your ideas. If you haven't noticed, a lot of them make it in. Somebody today said that, oh, there it is, the Mia Moore. Kylee trying to get up. Does not, and we have brand new TSW Women's Intercontinental Champions. Phoenix and Mimi just won the title belts, and that's how they'll start out their tag team. Their tag team debuts in Season 2. Those are some sharp-looking belts, too. So, yeah, white bands, but even slightly different from green to pink. One of the few ones that I actually did that to. We used to do it to all of them. It's the only ones I did it to this time. Tekryn now. We haven't seen Tekryn in a minute. But Kezzaboo tonight puts her television championship on the line. Remember, the women's television title defended every Thursday night, the men's every Monday night. So tonight, the women's television championship on the line against Tekryn. This should be Tekryn's very first title match in a singles match. Haven't got to see a lot of Tekryn, so it should be interesting to see how this goes here tonight. Now, I cannot promise I can put everything in or put everything in right away. Because there are other storylines at work here. Like, I'm going to tell you, this storyline's been going on for a minute. The main event. So, should be a fun one. But I do want to hear them. But yeah, tonight I see Dragonov and somebody else had signed the contracts for Dragonov to defend the light heavyweight title again. So the match is going to happen tonight.
And is for the Women's Television Championship.
The other match that I didn't expect to happen tonight is the men's TSW Intercontinental Tag Team titles, because that also ended in a count out. So like the women's European title, the men's title did it too. So that will also be going on tonight and be coming up in the next match. Yep, that is what Tiny said in the Discord. So yeah, that match is going on tonight. What's very funny about it, though, even though that match wasn't going to happen tonight, it still does follow a storyline that I've got written that's going. So, kind of funny. If you guys guess and add to it a little bit, I can change the timing of how things work. Had other suggestions, where they're like, hey, make this kind of a title belt. I'm like, there's not a chance that I'm making that kind of title belt. But born out of that idea came another title belt. So we love it. We listen. We love it. We do what we can do. Guys, remember, turn on the notifications. Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Share the video. It's always very helpful. I just say it like I know the veterans in the chat. I know you guys do it already. But I had G in one of his streams the other day say, hit the like button. And I'm like, who wouldn't have hit the like button? And I looked down and I hadn't hit the like button. So it happens. Kezzaboo now getting all kinds of fired up, putting that television championship on the line. And a good-looking title belt it is.
Introducing the challenger from the internet, the Technician.
Hey, you think about it, most of the TSW wrestlers are from the internet.
And introducing the champion from Wolverhampton, England. She's the Women's Television Champion, Kezzaboo.
Now, I did change a few things. I did miss a couple other things, but I did change where Angela is from, Eagle. We did get that in there. Been tweaking a few movesets, doing a few things. This should be very interesting, though. It has been a minute since we've seen Tekryn. We got to see Tekryn very early on in Season 2, but we have not seen her since. Not sure why that is or why that isn't. But tonight, she's got her shot at the television title. Tekryn, too, been in TSW a long time. Kezzaboo, been in TSW. Matter of fact, she's in Bobcats on the PlayStation. I happen to know the guy holding down the position, like leader of the Bobcats. He's a super cool dude. One of the coolest dudes I've ever met. You guys may have heard of him, too. His name is TotesMcGotes, 01. Tekryn, though, like, you almost expect... Nice. Like, you almost... Rebecca owes some popcorn. I almost expect Kezzaboo to come out and then just lay a whooping on Tekryn because we don't know. We don't know what Tekryn can do, but Tekryn is just letting it fly and is also a part of the Maniacs. And you can tell by the way she wrestles, she is leaving it all out there right now. 100% of the effort, 100% of the time. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of pacing. And Kezzaboo's going to have to slow her down. Tries it right there, misses the flying clothesline. Tekryn recovers first, turns around, gets her. But Kez slides out of that. And little suplex for Tekryn's troubles. And now dropping the bows. Oh, apparently missed her workout this morning, getting in a couple push-ups. Now, Kezzaboo has won off that alone, but does not go for the pin. Picks up Tekryn, and there it is. Her finisher rolls up that leg. 2, 3, and Kezzaboo will retain the Women's Television Championship. Now, what's great about the Television Championships is they're defended at television events.
Still, Women's Television Champion, Kezzaboo.
However, it is not defended at pay-per-view events, so that ends up becoming an issue. But I would take 4 matches. I would take at least 1 match a week over 1 match a month. You know what I mean? So 6 in one, half a dozen in the other. TSW Intercontinental Tag Team Championships on the line tonight. If you remember, the Horsemen went after them. There was a count out. They technically won the event. But the Legends, who I didn't fix the name, ended up getting counted out, which ipso facto, the titles cannot change hands. So tonight, the NWO will be going after those same Intercontinental titles. And remember, at one point, the Legends were a part of the NWO, no longer. Now they're just known as the Legends, so they will face off against them tonight. And in the main event, you're going to have all 4 Horsemen versus 3 of the Anti-Horsemen. And 1 special guest. Not sure who that is yet, but it will be happening tonight. So far tonight, you've missed in the very first match, the Women's Intercontinental Tag Team Championships were on the line. Kylee and Shyanne of the NWO brought them out. Mimi and Phoenix left with them. They just walked out of the ring with them. We just saw Tekryn lose, but her shot at the television title. Kezzaboo ends up retaining the title, and right now, I know, the Anti-Horsemen. Who could it be? That's what we got to find out. Not quite sure yet. But there will be, in the main event, a 4-on-4 tag team elimination event. Set at 20 minutes. I've ran it back quite a few times, and it's never gone 20 minutes, and there's been a winner. So, fingers crossed. But before we get that on, we have to figure out who is going to be our very first TSW Intercontinental Tag Team title holders. I think tonight, too, in that main event, we might be seeing a preview of something that's going to happen this weekend at our pay-per-view. So, we'll just have to see how that all goes. So current Faction War champions, which is a title belt won in 2-on-2 competition in what's called a 4-team tornado tag team match. They've only been put on the line one time, and that was the initial time. So we may see that again, or we may not. Now, a super interesting fact. The best tag team by the numbers is the current Faction War champions, Kempty and Cecil. They are 6-1 all time in tag team matches. Only ever been beat one time. I am not sure why the Legends do not carry these belts out, but once again, they're not carrying them out. But you will see them in the ring with the belts on their shoulders. So we'll have to see what happens. Gruning, welcome to the stream. I am really looking forward, though, to this pay-per-view. There'll be a lot of people involved, a lot of titles on the line. Should be a good one. So we've seen the women's. We're going to see the men's for the second time because technically we did not decide a winner in that match. Yeah, the Horsemen won, but they didn't win the title belts. So we need a title defense for real, one way or the other. Tonight is what we are shooting for. And maybe once they win the belts, they'll start coming out with them. Those still are some sharp-looking belts, though. So here we go. It's kind of crazy. A lot of tag team action tonight. Very few singles matches. But there are one or two, baby. Now, Cecil, too, remember, one of the better hardcore champions that we've ever crowned. And we haven't seen a lot of Kempty, really, except in tag team action. So, is tonight going to be the night the Legends, the team of McWayne and Danny, get their streaks turned around? Or is the NWO going to walk out with those title belts? Horsemen had a shot at him. The NWO's getting a shot at him. Legends taking on all challengers. I am really digging the pacing, and remember, to this point, we haven't seen, there is a brand new animation in the game, and I'm shocked we haven't seen it yet. I did like 3 test matches, saw it in 2 of them before. But the wrestlers now will reach up physically and grab the rope if they can reach it. Big front face smash right there. Kempty pulling McWayne back, rolls up the leg. 1. Only a 1 count. And I do like the fact if it's only going to be a one count, they're not always right. But the tag partners don't jump in every single time, which is nice. Makes the pacing of these matches a lot better. Kempty kind of nonchalantly putting the boots to the face. And now, I know, it's the old magic belts. If you look at Kempty's knee pads, you might think he might also be going like Grady, probably a great candidate. Holy Moses. Like a 2 3/4 count. Like Grady's probably a very good candidate for the TSW United States Championship title belt. Kempty of the NWO might be another one. Wayne smartly gets Danny tagged back in. Things were not going his way in the ring, so he's going to regroup. Just a smart move. It's not always going your way in that ring. But Cecil might be one of the most underrated wrestlers we have in TSW. Danny's saying, hold up now. Let's give me some news here. And Danny just trying to be, good teammate to other wrestlers on the roster, stretching out Cecil's hamstring. But for his troubles, gets split open with a big super kick. And now Cecil putting on kind of a version of the figure four. Wayne gets in real quick, breaks that up. And then Wayne doesn't see Cecil sneaking up from behind. Reverses it back around, though, and kind of that is a scorpion death drop. But Cecil gets up, tags Kempty in. Danny Ladz still down on the ground. Kempty rolls in. 1, 2, and kicks out in 2. Danny must have kind of called out to Wayne while he's in the corner saying, hey, don't worry about getting in. I got this. I'm going to kick out. It is kind of funny to watch all these guys. All of them, I think Cecil's technically like more of a striker, but he is of the size where he can let it fly off that top rope, and all 4 of these guys let it fly. So it's not how big you are. It's not how small you are. It's how well you let whatever you got fly, I think. Whether it's off the top rope or it's those hands. Now, to this point, I mean, while there's been some back and forth, I think the NWO has been on the controlling end mostly of this match. Oh, that is an interesting handhold there. I thought he was going to take it up to the top rope, then I thought he might do a little flippity-doo-dah to him. Instead, does kind of a different move and starts using his momentum against him to get him slammed over. Now has that figure 4, moving it to a figure 8. Danny, though, pretty quick to get in and break that up. Rolls up the leg, though. 1, 2, and 2.5. So that is actually kind of an improvement off of the 2 3/4 that he got a little while ago. Kempty gets Cecil tagged in and rolls him up over there. That is 100% true, and I have proven that most of my life. So that was just like a quick slam. McWayne recovers, and Cecil gets Kempty back in, but now Kempty on the wrong end. Oh, big bulldog. Drives his face into the ground. Is this going to set up the Love You by Danny Ladz? Kempty back on his face. Throws him into the ring. 619 right to the face. Is he going to... Didn't go up to the top rope. Thought he might be going... Nope, now he is. What is all of that? He did a little dance number on that second rope and then knocked Kempty down. And I thought that right there they might get things turned around a little bit and get things rolling, like kind of a, you're not going to see this coming. But Cecil saves Kempty. Kempty's still trying to come to. Gets that knife edge chop, missile drop kick in. And now it looks like the NWO is starting to get things turned back in a back around. Back in the background we go. I think they both hit each other, but the impact of Cecil's was bigger. DDT rolls up the leg. Only a 1 count, though. And that was not the breach, which is Cecil's finishing move. Danny does a good job of getting out of that quickly, getting back onto Cecil. Jumps up in the air. Big DDT. But Cecil recovers. Wayne gets in. However, he goes for a lower kick. Cecil goes up top, plays it up to the crowd, and then just starts whipping everybody. Whipping everybody. He's like, why not let it fly all over the place? Maybe he went to the well one too many times, but it proves that he hasn't. Danny's still recovering really quick. Goes for the super kick. He hits him, kicks him. I don't even think Cecil knows who he's fighting anymore. And finally, that double stomp brings it a little bit to an end. Cecil tries to slow down the tag. Can't do it. And now gets the best of McWayne in this situation. Takes him back over to his corner. And here comes the first double team of the night. Whips him into the corner. 2 elbows for your trouble. Little flippity on him. Rolls up the leg. 1, 2. Oh, thought that was going to be it. Thought that was going to be it. McWayne, though, good kick out. McWayne trying to get back to his feet. They do a quick turnaround. Don't even know that McWayne fully understood. Now there it is. That is his finishing move, the breach. 1, 2, and Danny gets it broke up. That was going to be it. 1 super kick. Kempty throws him out of the ring. Good call, Digital. Please like, share, and subscribe. And turn on the bell notifications. If you have access to your mom's account, go to her account, share, like, and subscribe, and turn on her bell notifications. She'll thank you for it next Monday. She'll be like, what is this? Oh, this is amazing. Now look at this. Like, I thought it was probably over. It was going really, really one-sided there for a while, but now McWayne getting things turned back around until he gets cut open. Gets a little X-Pac X-Factor rolled up, rolls that leg up. 1, 2, 3, and we have brand new TSW Intercontinental title holders. And that makes Cecil and Kempty 7-1. They've only ever been beat one time.
Here are your winners, the NWO.
So just like everything else, you've got a world title holder, then you've got the Intercontinental title holder. That is the next one down. So while they are not the world champs, they are champions in TSW. Nice, Lion King. Simba. So that was actually quite the match. Very exciting match right there. And now we're going to see GC Rock and Digital take on American Alpha, the current TSW World Tag Team title holders. The titles are not on the line tonight. They will be on the line this weekend. But yeah, it gives somebody something to go after. Remember, too, GC Rock is the current Intercontinental title holder, not the tag team, but of the single one. And that almost every title is going to be on the line, minus the specialty titles. But almost every single title will be on the line. It'll just depend on if there is a difference between a tag team title holder who holds an individual title as well. All individual titles, though, for sure, will be on the line tonight. And I don't remember the last time Digital and GC Rock actually tagged up. I think there was one other time. So this is going to be something. 2 very big guys facing off against 2 not as big guys. But I think it's kind of like Simba says, not the fight of the dog, or size of the fight of the, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying what Simba's saying. I want to steal his thunder, so I'm not going to mess it up. Yeah, I thought this would be a fun match, though. Kind of a little tune-up match for all involved going in to TSW Adrenaline. That will happen this weekend. Not sure on what day, but probably Saturday. Because if we do it on Sunday, like a pay-per-view should be done, immediately Monday night we got another one. So I like to give the videos at least another day in there to breathe, let people get caught up if they can't catch up on the same day, watch it live. No belts on the line. You will see the belts, though, because the world titles, the world champions will walk out with them. And GC Rock, of course, has his Intercontinental title. I know. I said blah, blah, blah. Too many words is what I said, and then I just stopped trying to say them. I know, look at that. Just said, like, really both of them. I even like Digital's, even his entrance attire in this one, I just like it a lot better. It's kind of got that Snake Eyes helmet a little bit. Kind of that, like, half-shield helmet type of deal going on. You have GC Rock. We figured out a little bit more of the glowy stuff to make the glowy stuff happen. JD, welcome to the stream, brother. Yeah, it might be possible. That absolutely could be possible. Yeah. Remember, drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time TSW Wrestling goes live. If you have the wrestlers created, let me know how to find them so I can get them downloaded. Now, to be fair, I take a lot of pride in how our wrestlers look. So I am known to take it and polish them up if they need to be polished up. I keep the majority of the look the same. I keep your idea the same. I just make them look prettier. But they might be too pretty already. Who knows? So, yep, tell me how you hashtag them or upload them with the hashtag TSW. And I can find them. So GC Rock and Simba, first two in the ring, getting it on right now. Remember, GC Rock is the founder of everything TSW. Although he did hire John Cena as our commissioner. And someday, when they allow in-ring promos again, we'll see Commissioner Cena back doing his thing. Now, the way GC Rock or Simba is going to win this, GC Rock, wait, what is going on here? Look at this. The third member of the corporation making their way out. Simba's saying, come and get some. And GC Rock does the little sneaker back behind him. And now looks like he's going to go, goes for the pin. I think it's way too early. And only a 1 count, and I would say a partial 1 count at that. However, GC Rock was on the wrong end of all of that stuff. Night Violator comes out, distracts Simba, and now GC Rock has got things turned around in the ring. Grady is like, get me tagged in. Brother, get me tagged in. See, now I just want my guys to fight them. Like, I like it. Hashtag Brute14. Okay, we will look at them and get them involved. Digital gets a 2 count on Simba, but now I'm telling you, look at how big GC Rock and Digital are compared to Simba, and Simba's still, regardless if he's on the wrong end of this, is still showing some crazy resilience. And Simba still had an opportunity to tag in Grady, but says, look, I was winning here a second ago until Night Violator came out trying to get me for all that. Crimson will be an interesting one. We currently have a wrestler who's a female wrestler named Crimson. So, but yeah, I'll look into that and we'll see. We'll try to make something work. This is quite the backstory. Speaking of backstories, tonight, for the very first time, not even quite sure who it is yet, we're going to see the Four Horsemen in a tag team elimination match take on the Anti-Horsemen and one special guest. So we will see how that plays out. That will be our main event tonight. Even though American Alphas are current TSW World Champions, the titles are not on the line in this particular match. This weekend, though, we will have our pay-per-view. Grady now getting back to his feet, and Grady's the legal man. Gee, trying to get up, but Simba did his job. Let the legal man get back up to his feet, and Grady wisely stays inside the ring. You don't want to go out, not in that section of the ring with the three of them. That would have been a 3-on-1. Grady now sees GC Rock coming and decides, hey, let me give you the old trifecta here. A suplex for you, a suplex for me. I love to do the suplex after I've already gone wee-wee. Here we go. Rolls up the leg, gets a 2 count, and like, hey, boss has got this. I'm not getting in. Simba now back to his feet. Everything kind of been reset. Back into the right thing. Grady now getting the best of GC Rock currently. But G kind of turns it back around. Big knee goes in to the forehead of Grady. And G says, hey, Didge, come get you some of this. Big front slam. And Grady now gets Simba back into the match. Digital still down. One, two, and a 2 count on Digital, but Digital kicks out. Tries to get back to his feet. Simba gives him some help. And now getting after the abs. Simba had to reach up here to give him a back elbow. Reverses it back around. Simba's got to use his speed. Gets back to the front of him and says, hey, Grady, come on, man. You gotta chop this guy down with me. Grady jumps up, says, all right, I didn't know that was what the plan was. Gets Digital, big swinging DDT. And now laying the boots to him. And Digital working his way up. Doesn't see it coming. But I think thought he wasn't going to see it coming, but he does. Gets it reversed back around and a big boot. Thought he might be going for the pin, changes his mind. Grady comes back to his senses after that big boot. I don't know if I would have came to my senses that fast. A big old metal boot right to the old kabasa. Very cool, JD. We will check that out. Digital now knows that the one thing that could really happen is the great equalizer is on the outside of that ring. And super quick, you can take a match from this and even it right on back out and go on for the win. Grady now getting back in. Referee blocks Digital. And Grady takes advantage of that. You can see it while he's laying down. There is blood coming from the middle of his forehead. Grady gets him locked in to that half Boston Crab maneuver. G says this might not be worse than I thought. Accidentally runs past him. I don't see Simba. Oh, I thought Simba jumped in, but I didn't see if he was doing anything. Digital fights his way out of it. And now Simba, GC Rock in the arena. G takes him up. And that's a lot of blood. We talked about this. A lot of blood rushing to the head. And does slam him. Wait, what is G doing? Simba getting back to his feet. Says, I don't appreciate that at all. Rolls him back around. Gets back to the front of him. And then does a little shimmy for the crowd. Splits GC Rock open. And then walks back over. Gets Grady put back in to the ring. Grady grabs him. And down. So you got G. And you got G, but American. G, though, catches that leg. Corkscrews the knee back down. And then tags Digital back into this match. And I'm kind of shocked. When you look at the overall thing of everything, I'm kind of shocked that Night Violator hasn't really been involved. He was involved initially when he came out, caused a little, but since then he hasn't been. What is this? That is a long way around to say, good morning, flippity-doo-dah. Oh, come on, win. Oh, you got to win that match. Digital's like, what are you talking about, brother? That's cheating. I know, but I like to see it. Grady says, Digital, stay down. I'm going to try to pin you again. Another DDT to Digital. And now Grady going up to the top rope. Says, why not let it fly? Does Digital see? It looks like he might see what's going on. Not sure what is happening. But regardless, Scorpion Death Drop now goes for the pin. 1, 2. And Digital still kicks out in 2. So like he is giving Digital everything he's got. And Digital still kicking out. Simba now says, hey, don't get up. You're too tall. Delivers that forearm smash right on the top of his head. Points over to Night Violator and says, remember when you jacked me up with your like little entrance? Look what I'm going to do to Digital. Does it, but Digital gets back up to his feet. Catches Grady before Grady can give him the super kick, and now I think it's putting him in a submission hold. Geez, stopping him. Is Grady going to tap out? Well, regardless if he was or not, Simba gets in, and a big right hand, and Digital puts him right into the corner. I don't know if that's legal at all. We know Grady's the legal man. They put Simba in the corner, the not legal man, and then tagged in G to double team the non-legal man. Kind of crazy. G's starting to get a little riled up now. Gets Digital back into the match. And we've got some things going on. And JD, I'm going to go back and read all those things, but we've got some crazy stuff going on. Grady rolls up the leg. 2. Oh, almost a 3 count. That was like 2 7/8. Digital, though, his recovery, that is awful fast for a big man. Sidewalk slam, sits there for a second to admire his work. And now G takes him up. Looks like what he was trying to do was put him in. Looked like he was trying to put him in the Rockopotamus. Grady, though, gets that reverse back around. And now lets it fly. Oh, 2 knees to the chest. That'll take it out of you. Grady rolls him up, rolls up, pushes the chin over. 2. What? Like 2 and 99/100ths. Like, I don't even know what kind of fumes these guys are running on. And Grady's like, look, I'm going to tag in my partner right here. What he doesn't know that right behind him, Digital's already been tagged in. Apparently ready for it, though. Now goes to roll him up. G recovers awful quick. And now might be going for that double team move. Digital fights out of the double team, though. And picks him up in a big slam. Rolls that leg. 1, 2, 2.5. Now, the other thing is, realize the bigger the guy is, the less stamina it is. I can't make them all have 100 stamina. You get bigger, you get less stamina automatically. It takes your max things down to where you can't get 100 stamina the bigger you are. So there are some very fair things, some very balanced things that are in this game. And that is why I think you're starting to see GC Rock and Digital tagging in and out so fast because they're running lower and lower and lower on stamina, especially as this goes on. Their recovery's not as high either, where Simba and Grady don't have to do it as much. Digital now, he's rolling them up for the pin. Referee, he didn't know. He's all out of position. 2, 3. And that does it right there. You may see.
Here are your winners, the Corporation.
You may see before too long the Corporation go after those World Tag Team title belts. I can assure you this, it will not be at the pay-per-view. At least not with GC Rock in the ring. It may be with Night Violator, and it may be with Digital, but it won't be with GC Rock. So what a match that was. And I'm telling you, against 3 of the bigger guys, I mean, they held quite to their own. Earlier today, I found out that Vengeance and Dragonov had already signed contracts with Commissioner Cena. So here it is, TSW Light Heavyweight Championship on the line. And there's only 2 matches left after this one. We have the European title on the line, and then we're going to have the Anti-Horsemen versus the 4 Horsemen. Even though there's only 3 Anti-Horsemen. So they had to go find another guy. Who knows who they could have found? You know what I mean? Hard to say. Violator came in at an inopportune time. That is for sure. So should be interesting. I'm going to grab some water real quick while these entrances are going on. Be right back.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Light Heavyweight Championship.
Look at that. All I see is there is a surprise. That is all I see. Rowdy talking about surprises. I've got a surprise or two left, even in just this episode. God, that was probably one of the best fights of the match, or one of the best fights of the night. Yeah, and that might have been the difference of the match. Might not have been, like, who knows? Dragonov, and remember this, Dragonov has held this light heavyweight championship for a minute now. As soon as he doesn't hold a title, he will come out in the newly designed TSW King of the Ring title belt. Him and Ozzy the Queen of the Ring, they will come out in there when they do not hold those titles. Two great champions, right? So it's hard to get them without title belts. And remember, both will always have title matches, whether they're the challenger or they're the champion, in every single pay-per-view of 2022.
Introducing the challenger from Camelot, weighing in at 215 pounds, the Dragon, Headhunter, Vincent.
Rowdy, who do you think it is?
Introducing the champion from the Stone Age, weighing in at 232 pounds. He is the light heavyweight champion, the Dragon.
I, too, am digging Dragonov's tattoos. Like, we have messed with even more tattoos and kind of moved the placement here and there a little bit. But, yeah. Yeah. I have a funny feeling one of them is wearing an eye patch. And here's the other funny thing, Rowdy. You're right about that. Here's the other funny thing, though. One person on the Anti-Horsemen is making their debut, and you're the one who told me to create them. That's going to be a bigger surprise. Matter of fact, almost the three Anti-Horsemen. Like, we've seen the other two guys, right? But the third Anti-Horseman is a bigger surprise than the fourth surprise guy. Yeah. Yeah, wait till you see him. It's going to be crazy. Dragonov, though, getting off to a quick start. Looked like Vengeance might have been getting off to a start, but Dragonov now just letting the hands go, letting the boots go, and is not even interested in pacing right now. Almost a one count. Almost a one count, not quite. Oh, you wait. This really is almost your storyline that you created a while ago. And once you said it, I've been working on it ever since. Tonight, we'll see it start. Dave, you got to know who the leader of the group is. You got to know. One. Now a one count up on Vengeance. Now remember, Vengeance's only other match that he's ever had in his debut match, the TSW Light Heavyweight Championship, was on the line. And he lost to Dragonov. Now, just a short week later, he is back in that same ring trying to earn the nickname Dragon Slayer. But Dragonov is almost like a man possessed right now and is not having it. Hell yeah. And, spoiler alert, this could be the worst town Rowdy's ever been in. You know what's crazy, guys? We have so many really, really good, like great, really, TSW wrestlers, character models, move sets, finishing moves, all the stuff, all of them. We have over 80 wrestlers now. Like Carry the One, we've got like 81, 82 wrestlers. It's hard to get everybody in. Even in a single week, it's hard to get them all in. But that's what makes this so much fun. I think that's what makes it so intriguing. Even when, like, I'm looking at certain things, and Sentinel was supposed to wrestle tonight. But I couldn't make it happen because of the way the storylines lined up in the last one. Cross. Had him scheduled to wrestle tonight. Couldn't do it. Max couldn't do it. Father Time couldn't do it. Like, there are people that I want to wrestle, and I try to work them in, but there are some storylines, and based on who's winning and losing, sometimes they don't do this. Sometimes they do like this. And you're like, wait a minute. Look at Dragonov. Yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage move right there. Little ode to the Macho Man. Oh, that is the great equalizer right there. Jumps up with Dragonov, brings him down on the outside of the ring, on the Outbreak title, and drops him right on the back of his head and his shoulders. Love it. I love it. I want to make a video one time just of what I would do if I was had input into the creation of the game for content creators. What would make easy fixes? What would make it easier to create better content with this game? I want to make that video. It's not a lot of stuff. They do a pretty good job, but yeah, that is exactly right. I think that's why I even have so much fun doing it, because we have all these stories. I mean, there's a lot of stories, guys. Oh, there is usually the move that sets up the Dragon's elbow, and I'm still shocked that we haven't seen the animation happen yet tonight. 2 3/4. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Maybe this weekend I can kind of get it put together. Dragonov now picks him up, slams him back down. Looks like he's going to go up to the top rope. And if I was a bet man, and I am, Frankie Two Fingers would always bet. Dragon elbow off the top rope, rolls up the legs. This should be it. 2, 3, and Dragonov. Once again, you guys do not get to see the King of the Ring title belt. Dragonov comes away as the winner. Congratulations goes out to Dragonov. It's almost going to be a running joke now.
Champion, the Dragon.
I thought you guys might be able to get to see it this weekend at the pay-per-view. Dragonov at least come out with that title one time. One time. Nope. Dragonov's like, I don't care if these guys ever get to see it. Yeah, no, I think that's the thing too, guys. Like, honestly, the winning and the losing, even for the TotesMcGotes character, I think it's entertaining. I think it's highly entertaining. You guys hear that in the background? That's something. My phone somehow gets connected Bluetooth-wise with that back there. Blows my mind. I can't make it stop. And I always forget to turn off the Bluetooth to make it stop. And then even though it is muted, it will still come back on for some reason. Here's the other crazy thing. If you actually turn around and look at that, it looks dark to me. And then I see it on the screen and it looks really bright. So I don't know. Interesting, I think. Interesting. So, Mrs. TotesMcGotes going to make her way down to the ring to take on Rebecca. So Heather and Rebecca are going to face off for the TSW Women's European Championship. And Heather's been on a streak that she probably doesn't want to be on here lately either. Can she turn it around tonight, or can she not? Yeah, you know, I think that's the biggest thing. I think where people, and this is even the problem where I can't do it all the time. It has to be like intense and loud to make it all work, right? And I think what most people try to do when they do the commentary is this.
Contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's European Championship.
So I think what happens is this is how they do the commentary. And Heather Dozhier makes her way down to the ring. And oh my gosh, it is complete pandemonium out there. You know what I mean? It's not that like, holy Moses, it's complete pandemonium out there. See, I can't do it the other way. I tried, and if you guys go back and watch my earlier videos, like my very first wrestling videos, you'll see how bad the first one was. You want to see TotesMcGotes totally jack up the commentary, watch my first video. I'll tell you, it's funny because I couldn't hear the crowd, and then I'm trying to guess how the crowd's reacting, and I'm like, oh, it's crazy. But it wasn't crazy. It didn't feel crazy, you know what I mean? It is. It absolutely is. I think that's the thing I enjoy most about it. Even when I am by myself watching the wrestling shows, the commentary's turned off. I don't even know what these guys say. And then in my head, I'm doing the commentary. Even when it's just me watching, nobody else, we're not even doing the thing. It's a dark match. I'm testing things out. I'm always running through commentary in my head when I'm watching the shows. Love it. And you guys get me going too. Like, you guys are just as big a part of it as I am. I love, if you were going to have any title belt or any champion, I love Rebecca's entrance with a title belt. But tonight what we have to do is figure out who is going to be TSW's very first Women's European Championship. Heather going to be going after that title. Becky putting it on the line. One of these two tonight, I have a feeling, will be our very first European Championship or European champion. And what I can't believe is there was a new series of animations that all have to do with rope breaks that were put in the game in 1.10. I've never seen them before, and then I ran 3 matches. I've seen 2 of them since. Somebody told, I think Sentinel's the one who said that he's also seen a foot go up on the rope. So now, instead of it just being a thing where, oh, it's underneath the rope and they don't really do anything, you'll see the wrestler reach up and grab the ropes now. It is crazy, and I'm shocked we haven't seen it here tonight.
Introducing the challenger from Huntsville, Alabama, Heather D.
No, you got to mention the things that you notice. That's what makes it better. Guys, I love feedback, positive and negative.
Virginia. She's the Women's European Champion, Rebecca Dawn.
Yeah, because I miss things sometimes like hometowns, or I'll miss some things like, because I see things too, and sometimes I don't always write them down like, oh, I'll remember that, of course. There is something that I've noticed about Recon Delta, who was also supposed to wrestle tonight, who I've now changed finally So it should be interesting. Now, Heather giving up some size to Rebecca. You can see Rebecca is taller. So we know that just means Heather is going to have to be on her game and not get caught up. You know Rebecca can end a match with a quickness. We have seen it a couple times already this season, and I'm sure it will not be the last. So tonight, the thing we're going for in this match, it is on the line, the TSW Women's European title. Remember, the men are going to have the U.S. title, women are going to have the European title. That could have been a coin toss. That doesn't mean anything about anything. I just wanted a European title and the U.S. title. I don't think we need everything exactly mirrored. We're going to have a YouTube title and an internet title. It's not always going to be, or an internet title and a hardcore title. You know what I mean? So it's not always going to be mirrored. But what my goal is for it to always be the same on both sides by the number. That's the other thing. Like, you watch regular wrestling, I'm not sure that necessarily all of the women's wrestling is as intriguing. But in TSW, the women's wrestling, the men's wrestling, it doesn't matter. I find it all intriguing. Mixed match, all intriguing. I know, right? Yeah, and that was the thing with the face scan. That was not my plan, but the face scan that I found was tan. So you got to make the rest of the body, or it's blatantly obvious. It would have been right here. And everything else would have been a different color. That's the thing that doesn't work. Oh, rump. The old rump shaker right at the corner of that ring. Heather now letting it go. Setting up the hand, stomping on the hand because she does not want to get the nail in the coffin with the Becky bomb. Rolls her up and a weird looking neck breaker. 1, 2, and that is a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Heather cannot believe it. She, again, is trying to get things turned around in Season 2 for her. Big leg drop off that top rope. TotesMcGotes cheering her on. Frankie Two Fingers is not. TotesMcGotes was. And Sentinel or Totes going to play? Like, we don't see a whole lot where the managers have been playing that big of a role, but that could happen tonight at some point. Now, Heather's got that leg. Becky reaching out, looking at the ref like, hey, stop. Trying to get to the rope. Not quite making it to the rope. I know, right? I love the beach, by the way. Mrs. McGotes loves the beach. 2, 3, and that's kind of shocking. I wasn't even going to call it. But Heather becomes the very first TSW European Women's Champion.
Women's European Champion, Heather D.
Sentinel can't believe it either, telling the crowd, shut your mouth. Becky is going to be back for that title. So not tonight, but we all go through some of these streaks. Matter of fact, Heather's just on the end of that one, and now back on to a winning streak. And here we go. We know who these guys are right here and right there. 4 horsemen. We have Ghost, Rowdy, Robbo, Eagle Star, right? We know who TotesMcGotes is. We know who Dave is. We've seen Rob 4 Kills one time, right? When Dave fought against Rob 4 Kills. Apparently, seems to be a little bit of a ploy there, because when you look, you now have Dave, Rob 4 Kills, and this other character over here on the other side of Totes, who has the horseman symbol with a line through it as the Anti-Horsemen. We know TotesMcGotes just a hired gun, but TotesMcGotes is the current undisputed unified champion. Rowdy is the current world champion, TSW world champion, and both will be fighting tonight or this weekend at the pay-per-view with both titles on the line. Not in a unification match. Both titles will be on the line. It's one of the few singles matches you could hold. You could hold that title in any other singles match and you're fine because this isn't a TSW title. It's a title outside of TSW. That includes AEW, that includes the WWE, and all those wrestlers. So, that will be on the line this weekend. Probably the reason Totes is in this match. But now you've got Ghost. And if you remember back, there was a fake Ghost that came in and dressed up like he was Ghost Rider. This guy is that guy, and his name is just straight Ghost. I know we call Ghost Rider just Ghost, but this is another guy that Dave wrestled with over in Japan. So who is the leader of the Anti-Horsemen? You know him, and I know him. It's Dave. So, main event of the evening. This is our last match tonight in TSW Thursday Night Outbreak. We are going to face with the Anti-Horsemen versus the Horsemen in a four-way, it's two-team, but four-man tag team elimination match. There is a time limit set, so it's not going to be some crazy match. It cannot go over 20 minutes, and you'll find this match is typically pretty good, especially now with the pacing of how the match goes. Even in 20 minutes, it's hard to believe that 20 minutes even happened. So they're pretty good matches. So now Dave making his way out, and behind him, Ghost and Rob 4 Kills, the three members that we know so far of the Anti-Horsemen. But if I was a betting man, there's got to be another Anti-Horseman somewhere. And I'm going to tell you right now, that Ghost, Rowdy's idea. I don't know if you guys remember back, Rowdy talked about that Ghost and how cool it would be if something, like maybe a lot scarier of a dude, and that dude looks pretty scary. So it should be really interesting tonight. Will Rowdy and Totes be in the ring at the same time? Will they give us a preview of what's going to go on this weekend at the pay-per-view event? Milkman, what's going on? Milkman, too, a member of a tag team with SC Jumpman. Even though SC Jumpman is the current hardcore champion, a member of a tag team that's probably pretty amazing. The interesting thing, and it keeps going on, will Ryder eventually come to his senses and come back and join the Maniacs? Will we have three great wrestlers then in the Maniacs? And then what will happen to Sentinel if that happens? When will we find that out? Or will we ever find that out? We don't know, but Milkman, welcome to the stream, brother. Now, it is not a mistake that Totes isn't walking out with the Anti-Horseman. To make this clear, he is not an Anti-Horseman. He's just a gun. He'll wrestle whenever, whoever, however, doesn't matter. He doesn't care about the Anti-Horseman's cause. I think he just wants to get in that ring and tie it up with Rowdy a little bit before this weekend's pay-per-view event, and that bat is right back in his hands. He does not currently have an NWO symbol on, but he'll just let you know here and there. Nah, I still own these guys. TotesMcGotes, it's Cray Cray Adorbs. Now, this is interesting. While there are four-man entrances, you can assign them. Thank you. One of these days, one of these days, and maybe not on the wrestling one of these days when we're doing the TSW stream, like on the division where I've got time to tell you a story, ask me the story in real life about me, a baseball bat, and 8 other guys in a parking lot. Hilarious. Story time with Totes. Hilarious. Guys, remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live. Share the video. You know that distant aunt that's always like, you know what? You should have did better stuff with your life. You should have did this. You should have did that. Like, you could have been better at this. You could have been better at that. Share the video. Share it with her to let her know she was wrong about you. You're really good at sharing. Watch this entrance. It's the only entrance I could make him raise 4 fingers. Maybe like that, but still. The only thing that would have made this cooler for the Horsemen is if I could have put the other Horsemen in there as well. Oh, it's pretty funny on a couple different levels. There's a few twists and turns to the baseball bat story. And it was while I was in the Army. And it was at a parking lot of a bar. So you can imagine. So easily the worst town Rowdy has ever been to. But you can tell one thing about the Horsemen that is a little bit different. Where Totes walked out on his own, Ghost is not. Ghost is already at the ring. He ain't got time to be walking out on his own. So David Robbo, the leader of the Horsemen and the leader of the Anti-Horsemen, in the ring, starting this match off. Which is exactly how, if you were going to fight 2 factions against 2 factions, that's how it should be. The leaders should start out these matches. But doesn't take Robbo long to get his team involved. And super quick, Eagle gets split open by Dave. Double team tagged in by Totes. And how long is Totes really going to stay in the ring? We know that we've watched him fight. This is hilarious. We have watched Totes fight in a couple of these matches against the NWO. And you have watched Totes get tagged in, 1-2 moves, back out. He's like, I ain't having none of this. And we're seeing it here tonight too. He's done the same thing. So Dave tagged Totes in. And Totes like, nah, I am out. Dave now tags in Raw 4 kills. Only the second time we've got to see Raw 4 kills this season. And him and Eagle get ready to get after it. I really am digging Eagle's pants though. Rob, though, just a brute, a powerhouse. You don't have to just hit people with the baseball bat. There's other things you can do. Oh, show. Totes, taking the time to pause for some pictures, really did that for the fans there. Eagles, I have a feeling, is going to get up and not be too happy with that. Rowdy, though, looks like he wants to get in. And Totes, like, who knows what that was? Totally misjudges that. And here we go. TSW World Champion in the same ring with the undisputed Universal Champion. Kind of a preview of what's going to go on this weekend at TSW Adrenaline. Rowdy letting them have it, getting that knee, wearing Totes down, just kind of setting the stage to let them know, hey, maybe both those belts are coming home with me next Saturday. Totes trying to get out of the ring, jumps, gets Dave in. And I'm telling you, maybe Rowdy's too much for Totes to handle. We'll have to find out this weekend, though. Dave now going for the roll-up. And Rowdy kicks out. Rowdy was close enough to the rope, so I was interested to see what was going to happen. DDT by Dave. and tags in Robbo. 1, 2, and got a 2 count, kind of shocked. And now Robbo letting the hands fly. Remember, TSW main event, no titles on the line tonight in this particular match, but we do have TSW's world champion, Rowdy, and that is quite the move right there. That is kind of like, I don't know, I would call that maybe a little butt buster. We did train in some unarmed combat. It wasn't exactly martial arts, a little bit, but not exactly that. There's not a lot of hand-to-hand that you train in either. I trained in a lot of my hand-to-hand in my buddy's basement with his dad, who was a karate instructor, who never taught us how to strike, only taught us how to block. Said that he thought that we knew how to punch already, so... What just happened? It sounded like the bell rang. This is one thing that happened earlier. Let me see if I can just do that. Okay, let me see if I can do... It's ridiculous. This has happened a couple times where it was just that thing. I'm not going to hit any buttons. And now that has happened, because I told you heard the bell ring, Dave is on the outside of the ring, so none of it mattered.
Predator has been eliminated.
So somehow Rob 4 Kills got Ghost to tap awful quick. Got to start make me wonder. It's starting to make me wonder, do the Anti-Horsemen have the ref in their back pocket? And if so, is it Totes or is it Dave? Has Dave masterminded this whole thing? Because now I'm really starting to wonder. That was a quick tap. It was a quick tappy tap. But very interesting. Rob 4 Kills stays on Robbo, though. Robbo ducks underneath that. And then for his problems, suplex pins him. Rowdy was ready, but nobody else jumped in. And now Ghost making his way out. And there is the big one. Tags the TSW World Champion back in. I know, you would have almost thought Rowdy broke the game again. So it's a weird thing since the update. In this style of match, we've seen the tap out work in other matches, no problem. But this one, the first time it happens, it seems that like you've got to switch controllers, get them to say, but you heard it. He tapped out before, but it was almost immediately. First time we've seen that. Now, the Eagle's still bleeding. Rowdy gets him on the outside. Big smash. And Rowdy looking to get this thing back to 3-on-3. You guys can't see it, but right there, it says 13 minutes and 24 seconds. That's how much time is remaining in this match. Maybe you see it if yeah, 13, 18, 17, 16. So it's counting down. So we'll keep an eye on that. Rowdy rolls up the leg on Rob 4 Kills. 2, 3, and Rowdy gets it back to a 3-on-3 match. Only 13 minutes left in the main event of this match, which means 7 minutes has gone by so far. Ghost now jumps outside, and Ghost Ryder no longer in the ring. It's almost like you can look at the Anti-Horsemen and the Horsemen, and there's some similarities. Remember, this is one of the few matches in a 4-on-4 or a 3-on-3 that you can also be knocked out. Eagle, though, does his job. allows Rowdy to get back to his feet, and now Rowdy back in control of this match. Rolls the new-looking Ghost into the ring. And I'm telling you, that new Ghost is a scary competitor. Ghost throws him out of the ring, and that is the most typical way you get knocked out. Not even a 1 count. He kicks out. Yeah, corporations, those are some big boys. And all 3 of them were out there.
A competitor has been eliminated.
The new Ghost knocks out Rowdy, and I think that if they didn't know it, the Anti-Horsemen are the real deal. Eagle Star knocks Dave off the rope, now standing next to Totes. I think they're having a soy latte talking about how this match is going. Robbo does not let him go, and Ghost fights his way out of it and now rolls up the leg with him. 2, and only a 2 count. Robbo kicks out in 2, but it looks like this new Ghost might be the real deal. Like, Ghost is the real deal. All the Horsemen are the real deal. Dave, the real Dave is the real deal. This new Ghost might also be the real deal, too. This is his debut match as well. Robbo flips him over. Shows 4 Horsemen up to Eagle. Says, hold on, I got this. Let me handle this Totes cat real quick. Splits Totes open. Letting it fly on Totes. Now remember, the world champion was getting the better of Totes, and now the leader of the Horsemen also getting the better of Totes. And puts Totes up in the sharpshooter, and Totes gave up. We already heard it. But it's something about in the ring, so let's just do the thing. We might not be able to have this exact match again. Let me just be the one that actually got quitted on. Get out. Okay, maybe we can't be the one who actually quit. Let's be Dave. Dave is not involved in anything. There we go. And then let's switch it back. Man, sorry guys about this, doing it this way. I've only ever seen this happen 1 time. It's happened 2 times already in this match.
A competitor has been eliminated.
So I think the hot fix that they made in this game with the 1.10, there's been some other things. I wasn't going to talk about it, but there's been some other things that it broke. It looks like the other thing that it broke is tap outs in the ring when it's 2 computer players playing against each other. So something to keep an eye on. I've only seen it happen 1 time, twice tonight already. So if they're outside the ring, it doesn't do that, though. Now, Robbo has got it back to a 2-on-2. Hooks the new Ghost in the cross space. Wrenches back. Is the new Ghost going to tap out? He does. And now, in really quick fashion, it is now 2-on-1, and the 1 is Dave. So we have Robbo and Eagle Star now in a handicap tag match against Dave. Dave is the last man standing for the Anti-Horsemen. Changes his mind wisely, but Eagle still catches him with that arm to go through. No, that was one of the better matches of the night. A 2 count by Eagle Star. And is Dave going to be able to pull this out, or is he not? Here we go. Eagle getting ready to collect that bounty right now on Dave. Rolls up the leg. 1, 2, 3. And where it looked like the Horsemen were not going to be able to survive it, they got knocked out like quick. Or quick.
Here are your winners, the 4 Horsemen.
They come back in an epic battle to win the match against the Anti-Horsemen. Now, what does this mean moving forward? Are we going to see more of the Anti-Horsemen? Was that enough? Was that enough for the Horsemen where they just quit and they're going to leave? I have a feeling that's not how it's going to go. We might be seeing the Anti-Horsemen for a while, and now when you've got the likes of the NWO, is the corporation then going to step up and start fighting the NWO? Is the Horsemen going to step away from fighting the NWO now to fight the Anti-Horsemen? I don't know, but we are going to have to keep our eyes on all of this stuff and more. But remember, this weekend will be TSW Adrenaline. Rowdy will be facing off against TotesMcGotes, who got dominated in this match, if we're being honest, by all the Horsemen. Might even got dominated by the Anti-Horsemen. Who knows? Thank God they weren't fighting them too. But both title belts will be on the line. The undisputed Universal title and the TSW World title. The winner will hold both title belts and will not vacate either of them. So that should be enough to know how this is going to go. And who knows? Just like tonight, you don't know whose night it's going to be. Where two came up short, the other two stepped up. Next time they fight, it might be the other two who come up short, where the other two Horsemen step up. That's why the Horsemen, very, very tough group. I wouldn't want to be one of the Anti-Horsemen, but what I do know is one of those they better find another Anti-Horseman if they plan on fighting the 4 Horsemen. Don't know how many more times Totes is going to fight with them on that one. So, guys, remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live. The big gold belt will be on the line in less than 2 days. It's going to be amazing, and we will catch all of you in the next one. Peace.